My mom and her ex-husband thought that Camilla was a pretty name. They first heard it from a friend's mom, and because it was Spencer W. Kimball's wife's name. My mom was pregnant with me, and Camilla was their favorite from the start. No other names were on the list. Based on the podcast and my own research, I have drawn the conclusion that my name is closely related to traditionally white person names. This has affected my work, how people view me, and maybe even how I identify myself to who I am. The podcast said that they sent in the exact same resume to different employers, but put typically white names and typically black names on different resumes, and they figured out that more typically white names were accepted into a job or position. This shows that having a white person name has affected my life directly. In my life, I have named 5 dogs: Mia, Surprise, Lena, Peg, and Bean. 1 cat, Corona, and my tree, Fiona. All of the dogs were mine, the cat was my brother's, and the tree is mine. She's an apple tree that my dad planted for me when I was a baby. That's why she's my tree, and I named her. And there isn't really a reason for her name being Fiona. I gave it to her when I was like 7, so if that says anything for you, it just doesn't mean anything. Something that concerns me is how technology may be changing the connotative view of certain names. The podcast talked about an advertisement that would say a certain name and its relation to having a criminal record of any kind. They found that the ad made typically black names have arrest records, and typically white names didn't have any kind of records. This ad was spreading false information that was hurting people. This information would impact my thinking strategies and opinions when naming a child of my own. I would want to choose something pretty, unique, easy to say, and something that doesn't immediately give away their gender or ethnicity. This is to protect them from and give them fair and equal chances at life. If I were to rename myself, I would follow these guidelines as well for myself, and maybe choose something like Avis. Yes, names definitely matter. You are more likely to land a job interview, get accepted into schools, and more if you have traditionally male white names. If people don't know who you are, they only have your name, they will treat you differently according to your name. I think that names can definitely affect the outcome of your life. There are people out there who will take away your kids just because you are a man, who will put you in jail just because you are black, and who will let you go just because you are white. Names are a direct way of telling, most of the time, what gender and ethnicity you are, and that can affect your life in drastic ways.